to chapel. So last week we talked about Joseph, and Joseph had a very special gift from God, which was knowing the future through dreams. He was able to see what the future would hold and also understand what those dreams meant. But he was using that gift to love himself and not love others. And his brothers got really upset with him. In fact, they got so upset that they sent him away. They sold him into slavery to Egypt. And Joseph was really scared. He didn't know anyone in Egypt. He didn't even speak the same language. But he knew God was with him, and so he was going to do his very best no matter what the circumstances were. And Joseph had some really good days and some really bad days. Some of his really good days, he was actually able to work in a mansion, and the owner and him got along really well. But other people got jealous of Joseph, and some lies were told, and their relationship was broken, and Joseph got thrown in jail. And that was a really low point. Then Joseph was able to help two servants of Pharaoh, the king of Egypt, into understanding what their dreams meant. And Joseph didn't ask for anything in return but to share with Pharaoh about him. So he had hope in those new friends that he made, but years went by and he was still in jail, and it was really low for him. But then Pharaoh started having these dreams. Pharaoh would dream one night about some really big, fat cows, and then some really skinny, like you could see their rib cages, super skinny cows, and no one knew what it meant. And then Pharaoh had another dream about these beautiful ears of corn, like almost going through a corn maze. But they started getting choked by these other not so good looking ears of corn. And they were all dried up and everything started dying around him, and no one understood what these dreams meant. So Pharaoh then called on Joseph. God made the servant remember Joseph, and Joseph was able to come before Pharaoh and interpret the dreams. It meant that Egypt was about to have 7 years of lots and lots of food. So much food that they wouldn't know what to do with it. But after those 7 years of abundance, of so much, they were gonna have 7 years of very little. So little that their animals weren't going to have enough to eat. And everything was gonna die out. But God used both of Joseph's good days and bad days to prepare him for this time when he was able to come before Pharaoh. And finally, Joseph was able to use this wonderful gift of knowing dreams to save not only Egypt, but also the surrounding areas, including his own family. God used Joseph's good and bad to work towards a good in the end. And they were able to prepare and have a bountiful food, regardless if it was the 7 years of plenty or the 7 years of very little. So what about you all? What days have you had that have been really good? What have been some days that are not so good? I want you to share about that with your teachers and your classmates. And if you have time, that's what Thanksgiving is all about. It's all about celebrating all the good and bountiful things that God has given us. And that might be through food, or through family, or even friends. So you can share about a way that you have been so thankful for the blessings that God has given you. And that will be your God sighting today. So share that too with your teachers and your classmates. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving, and I will see you all next week. Bye!